Russia is facing simultaneous crises on multiple fronts, from battlefield failures and economic collapse to international isolation and internal corruption. The situation is becoming increasingly dire.
Welcome to I Am Brief, your source for global updates, clear and concise.
Ukrainian Commander-in-Chief Alexander Syrsky has revealed critical intelligence about Russian military tactics during his visit to the Pokrovsk combat zone. Meanwhile, the Kremlin faces internal turmoil, economic sanctions biting deeper, and growing international pressure that's creating what analysts call a perfect storm of challenges for Moscow. Syrsky reports that Russian forces are now avoiding open combat and instead using urban environments for camouflage, making warfare significantly more complex. This shift comes as the Kremlin expresses deep dissatisfaction with Chief of Staff Valery Gerasimov, accusing him of false reporting and frontline failures. The ultimatum to capture Pokrovsk by mid-November suggests Moscow is willing to accept massive casualties in meat grinder attacks, highlighting severe command conflicts and management crisis within the Russian military. Russia's energy sector is showing serious strain. The suspension of operations at the Ilsky oil refinery signals a prolonged crisis in Russia's energy industry due to sanctions, modernization difficulties, and logistical disruptions. This could severely impact both the Russian economy and military capabilities in the medium term, potentially limiting fuel supplies for military operations and reducing export revenue that funds the war effort. Meanwhile, coordinated action by Lithuania, Poland, and Latvia to close borders with Belarus demonstrates Europe's unified response to regional threats. This isolation of Lukashenko's regime increases sanction pressure and shows the effectiveness of collective regional action. Simultaneously, Germany's court case against 3 Russian intelligence agents reveals the ongoing threat of Kremlin sabotage and espionage operations in Europe, prompting tougher countermeasures. The growing number of Russian dollar billionaires despite war and sanctions reveals deep social stratification and corruption. This stark contrast between elite wealth and mass suffering at the front could increase internal tensions within Russia. When combined with military failures and economic decline, it creates a volatile mix that could potentially lead to significant political consequences for the Kremlin in the coming months. Can Russia sustain this multi-front pressure? Or are we witnessing the beginning of a major turning point in the conflict? How will these simultaneous crises affect the war's outcome? Share your analysis in the comments below and subscribe for continuing coverage of these developing situations.